What is new, Speed Duel crew? This is your Speed Duel Professor here, coming at you with a deck profile for a water beatdown deck with Tyler Krueger.
And like he said, my name is Tyler, and this is my water beatdown deck. So to start off, we were trying to make a competitive water dragon deck, but then we noticed the crazy synergy with some of the components for water dragon with room for growth and legendary ocean. And then with that, the second skill I have is Dino Brain Immunity. So this is a 2-skill format deck. With Dino Brain Immunity, it stops people from activating trap cards that change my monster's attack position, or from attack position to defense.
The audio here got messed up a little bit, but he was basically just saying that this is his anti-Quaking Mirror Force card, where your opponent can't use Quaking Mirror Force to change the battle position of your dinosaur monsters.
With that, let's get into the deck. So, for my first monster is Hydrogeddon. So, Hydrogeddon is a water monster, and it allows me to special summon another Hydrogeddon from my deck when it destroys a monster. Then the next monster I have is Duoterion. Duoterion allows me to special summon a Hydrogeddon or Duoterion from my graveyard when he is normal summoned. He has another effect as well, but that effect isn't really useful in this deck currently. And then the next monster is the Warrior of Atlantis. And so with the Warrior of Atlantis, I can use his ability to send him to the graveyard from my hand to be able to get out a Legendary Ocean. The Legendary Ocean is a major part of this deck, in which allows me to use my skill Room for Growth to increase my monster's attack points by 300 times its level. All right, next monster I have is Sphere Karibo. So during my opponent's turn, my monsters are weakened because Room for Growth is only activated on my turn, and it loses its extra attack during my opponent's turn. So it allows me to keep my monsters on the field with Sphere Karibo if they decide to attack me. Next is my Penguin Soldier. My Penguin Soldier is used to get big bodies out of my way or other monsters out of my way to be able to hopefully attack directly if needed. And then next I have, now I'm going to move on to my spell cards. So my spell cards, I have 3 Legendary Ocean. So with my Warrior of Atlantis and Legendary Ocean, I practically have 6 Legendary Ocean in my deck, allowing me to get a Legendary Ocean almost every turn I play. Alright, and then the next spell cards I have is Monster Reborn. So with Monster Reborn, obviously it allows me to bring a monster back from the grave. So say I have a Hydrogeddon and Duoterion in the grave, I can special summon, or I can use Monster Reborn to special summon my Duoterion, and then when he gets special summoned, I can special summon my Hydrogeddon also back from the grave, which gives me 2 for the price of 1. And then next I have a Mystical Space Typhoon, which allows me to pop one of my opponent's spell cards. Very useful. Next is a Cosmic Cyclone, which also allows me to pop or banish my opponent's spell or trap card, but I have to pay 1,000 for it. And then the last is my trap cards, which I only have 3, and they're all Quaking Mirror Force. So with Quaking Mirror Force, it allows me to stop monsters from attacking my monsters and putting them in the face-down defense position. All right, so next is my side deck. For my side deck, I have an extra skill called Energizing Elements, which will help me. It gives my monsters, I declare a attribute, either water, wind, fire, or earth, and it gives them a 500 attack each, or gives the monsters that are on the field 500 attack for whatever attribute I say. and it gives them 500 attack per turn, which will hopefully help me get over bigger monsters. And then next, I'll do my monsters next. So then I have Leviadragon, which allows me to, it's basically a board wipe. It allows me to get rid of all monsters, spells, and traps except for him. And then next, I have Mobius the Frost Monarch. So, nice part about Mobius the Frost Monarch is he allows me to pop 2 spell and trap cards when he is summoned. So if I'm playing someone who's using a lot of back row, it gives me some more back row removal. And then next and my last is my 2 more Cosmic Cyclones, just some more back row removal. Just so, for some reason, they have other trap cards that are stopping me from attacking. I can hopefully pop those to allow me to attack through.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the deck profile, Tyler.